So as someone that's blind, I'm always looking for things to do, and target rifle shooting wasn't particularly high up on my list, but when the Bookham Rifle Club asked me to come along and give it a go, I kind of thought, yeah, why not? So my first experience was meeting my instructor. She was a lovely lady called Lina Jones. She is a Team GB Markswoman. Came fourth in the Commonwealth Games, and I was lucky enough to get along really well. So the first thing we did was go through the safety aspect, obviously. So getting used to the feel of the gun, understanding where the different parts of the gun are, and also how much pressure you need to apply to the trigger, etc., and also how to load the gun too. So Lena was very patient and did a great job in making me feel comfortable about holding the rifle itself. And then once I was more comfortable with it and able to understand what I needed to do from a safety aspect, i.e., if I'm not firing the gun, I'll keep the chamber empty, things like that. We went on to actually shooting it. So the shooting. The audio scope is the most important part of this, and attached to the audio scope is actually a laser, so that my coach can assist me when necessary to aim within the target area. So it's an audio scope, so it gives me a high-pitched noise when I'm further away from a target. Sorry, it gives me a low-pitched noise when I'm further away from a target, and a high-pitched noise when I'm closer to the center. So with small, gentle movements, you can slowly try to get the aim into the center of the target. Take a deep breath, or get as still as possible. Try to hold it as still as possible, and then gently squeeze the trigger, and hopefully you hit a bullseye. Right. So well, how did I get on? Here's how the scoring works. You get 10 shots, scored from 1 to 10, and you get a score out of 100 at the end. And I'm happy to say that Lena did mention I was a star pupil, and I managed to get 90 plus out of 100 on my first ever go rifle shooting. So pretty pleased with myself, and yeah, probably reckon I'm coming along again. So what are my thoughts about the day? I thoroughly enjoyed it. Um, Rifle shooting was something that I never would have even thought about, either sighted or especially blind. But I was so encouraged that I was able to hit the target, get a really good score apparently, um, and come away from it feeling like I'd done something different and experienced a new thing. One piece of advice for anyone thinking about rifle shooting is to absolutely give it a go, blind or sighted. Um, but the main point really is don't let fear and especially don't let disability hinder you from experiencing new things and trying out new things, because that's the only way you can find things that you love. And I'd like to say a special thank you to the Bookham Rifle Club, John, who did all of the arranging, as well as Lena, my lovely coach. We had to actually borrow a lot of the scopes for today's session, and we're looking to put these sessions on more often. So if anybody knows any way of getting some funding for disabled sports to help fund these scopes, they're about £2,000 each. Drop me a message or something in the comments, because I think it's something that everyone should be able to experience.